Hello, everybody,
and welcome to One
Plus One is
It's
One.
So today's episode is about fake friends.
Oh, we have a lot to say.
Yes,
Sadly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I wish we couldn't make this episode.
Yeah, right. But we have a lot to say, so let's start.
Yes. So we were in this friend group, a few boys and us, and then the friend group even got a little larger when we hung out with more people and all of that. But it was a main group of a few people.
Yes.
Boys and us. Never do that. Just don't do that. It makes no sense. And the thing is, we were really good friends. I thought those were, my best friends.
Yeah, totally. We hang out together like every single weekend.
Yes.
We did stuff together.
Every single weekend. You didn't even have to ask. You just know, okay, this weekend we're going to do something. I don't know what.
Exactly.
Someone's going to say something and we're just going to meet. And it was so fun.
It was.
Until it wasn't.
Exactly. Until it wasn't. So we became very close.
Yes, the two of us.
Like really, really close. Because I was so happy I got in the group. I was finally exactly. So, basically, for me personally, I was very shy at the beginning. I was like the silent girl. I didn't talk that much. And when I met you, I started talking. I was myself. I was just me. And I think maybe this happened to you too.
Yeah.
That I was so much more confident. And we were like, living out our personality, expressing ourselves.
We were us.
Exactly. And I think they start being annoyed about us together.
Definitely.
And they just couldn't stand us being best friends or something, and that we understood each other so good.
Yes, because we were in this friend group, but we were clearly the best friends.
Exactly.
Because we were the only girls, so of course we're the best friends. Of course we're the best friends.
Yeah.
But we knew each other through this friend group.
Exactly,
so we were in this group, and then the two of us, because we were the only girls, became best friends, and we hung out every day. We hung out with them every week, but every day.
Exactly.
And we became so close, and you were my best friend.
Totally.
After I think 2 months, and
literally,
it's so crazy.
It's crazy to say that.
After I think 2 months, you were like my best friend.
And it's crazy, right? But that was exactly how it was.
And it just never changed. 6 years later, still
the
best
same,
friends,
still best friends, yeah. Exactly. And we started like having personality somehow. We start being us, and how I said before, they couldn't relate to us.
No.
So I think they were maybe a bit jealous of us being us and being confident, because for me personally, I start being confident after I met you.
No, stop.
Yeah, yes.
You really?
Yes, this is a fact. I start talking a lot after I met you, because you gave me like this power,
No, but I feel the same with you.
Yeah.
I knew who I was within myself.
Exactly.
And you knew who you were within yourself, but together we
gave each other the power somehow.
And you just made me the best version of, okay, this is not what the episode is about. But what I say, we were so good for each other.
Exactly.
And they were saying, they started complaining, you're hanging out too much with each other. You're bad for each other.
You're not good for each other. You should.
And I'm like, I'm happier than ever. How can you say that we're not good for each other?
And they started like complaining a lot and saying, oh, you're so dumb together. Oh, you're changed so much, blah, blah, blah. Just because we were happy somehow, We
changed from not sad, I wasn't sad, but from not happy.
From like
average.
Silent girl, average, exactly. From like, okay, a bystander.
Yeah.
Just.
Exactly. To someone who really has a voice, uses his voice. And we were so powerful together that we even became separate on our own.
Exactly.
It was the beginning together, and then even alone.
Exactly. And we start saying like, we don't like this, or we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Because we had like this confidence together that I didn't have when I was like
alone with them, right?
Exactly.
Yes, because we were all the time before we met. You were alone with them, I was alone with them, and I always did what they wanted to do and all that, until I was like, but I don't really want to do this.
Exactly.
I have a voice and we have to use it, and together we just empowered each other. And then they started complaining. And they said, you're so stupid together. You've changed so much. Blah, 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 blah. Really they wanted us to make us feel dumb.
They even said to us once, oh, you should do like an IQ test.
Not once. I think 10 times.
10 times, yeah. Oh, you're so dumb. Blah, 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 blah. And I am like, what the actual fuck? Like, guys, like boys telling girls to, oh, you should do like an IQ test. And they were like older than us. It's not like they
not
were
much
like,
a few years older, normal.
It's like 1-2 years older. And they were still, oh, you should do an IQ test. You're so dumb. And this is just so pathetic. And so, I was, when they told us that, I was like, but what the fuck do you care about?
Time after time.
Exactly. And they were just, I don't know.
They're like, oh, your IQ test, you will fail the test, you will have the lowest.
Exactly. But from not
friends.
Exactly. And this started like after we
after we got
directly. It was like everything changed.
Yes. I remember this one time we were hanging out at your place, and I think it was the friend group, four of them. We were hanging out, and one of the guys asked, okay, how would you rate yourself?
Exactly. Like, he just asked that question.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
How would you rate yourself? At your house? That's relevant, because nobody can... In your house, this bullying happened at your place.
Literally,
okay. And we both of us separately said, 10.
10, exactly. I'm a 10.
That's easy.
10 out of 10. Like, but we were like, okay. I think, first of all, we didn't even wanted to answer the question. Because I was like, what do you care? Like, why do you care how I rate myself? That's none of your business.
I remember. Right? We were like, no, let's not do this, because I knew what this was going to come to. We were both very protective, and we were like, let's stop with this. This makes no sense. And then they were all like, no, say. And then we said, okay, 10.
We were 10. Honest.
And then
these guys, they freak out. They went crazy. But insanely crazy. They were like, what?
No!
You're not 10. Do you think you're a 10 out of 10? Are you dumb? I don't even know. What did you say? Beyonce's a 10 out of 10.
No. Look at yourself. Beyonce is a 10. Shakira is a 9. This one girl of our school is an 8. His crush, who he could never get. But so you can be the best a 6.
No, you're a 6. You're
the maximum.
And we were like, what?
I started.
Fuck? No, but we were sitting there. We were like normal sitting, 2 girls there, and we said 10, and they were like monkeys jumping around. What the? And we were like looking at each other. What did just happen?
I started laughing at one point.
Me too. Because this is so pathetic.
This is so pathetic.
This is literally...
The funny thing, it doesn't matter, but these guys, they don't look good.
They look
horrible. And I hope they're watching this. And sending it to the whole group like they did with so many of our TikToks and all of that made fun of us. We'll get into it more and more.
Send it.
Please.
And share this
we're still at 10, if not even
12.
Oh my God. They started screaming. And this one guy who, out of this group, I thought this was my kind of best friend, the one I got along with better. Totally. And you had another who was the connection to the group in a way. And he pulled you aside.
Me? Like, what the fuck? He pulled me aside. Like, when everybody was, like, talking, he was like, oh, hey. You don't really think that you're a 10 out of 10. This fucking man wanted to take me down. I don't know what the actual fuck. No, all these guys wanted to make us feel ugly. Can you... Like,
what the fuck?
Guys, boys, not even girls because they were jealous. Boys were jealous of us.
Then we have a big story. Once we went camping.
Oh, that's a big story also. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, about the camping. Okay, this friend group and another guy. I like the other guy.
Yeah, I like the other guy too. Yeah. Oh no, there's all are bad.
Not all are bad, but a few are like bad. And then we were camping, and we were there with the girlfriend of this one guy.
Yeah, we love her.
She's I love her.
And they're also not together anymore, thank God.
Thank God. Oh my God.
Because she was with this toxic guy.
Yeah.
And mind you, all this camping trip was after all this shit happened. How could we even go camping with them?
Right.
I don't know.
What the fuck,
but
yeah.
It was a long time of not hanging out, and we're like, oh, let's go camping.
Let's go. Why not? Let's maybe try to reconnect or something.
Exactly.
Maybe we changed.
So it was the two of us, the friend group plus two others. Those two I like.
Me too.
Good guys.
Oh, good guys.
They stayed neutral, all of that. And the girlfriend of the guy who pulled her aside and told her, no, but you don't really think
you're 10. Well, we went camping, and when we arrived, it was like the evening, late evening, and the guys start building the tent up. You know?
We didn't have tents. They brought the tents.
Tents.
There were, I think, 4 tents.
4 tents.
2 for the guys, 1 for the couple, 1 for us.
Exactly. Yes.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Perfect. And then we asked, do you need help? Blah, blah, blah. Should we do something? They were like, no. And I was like, yeah, I mean, man, you can build a tent. I mean, you're smart enough.
Your tents. I don't know how to build a tent.
Me neither.
We wanted to help. And we offered help. They said no.
They said no.
Then please build a tent.
And then we just sat down there and we're talking normal. Like, I mean...
The girls, the 3 of us.
Of course, like... Come on, as a man, you can build a tent. It's not such a big deal. Well, anyways.
Apparently not.
Then we ate dinner, blah, blah, blah. The next day, this boyfriend guy pulled us aside and he said like, oh yeah, that was so disrespectful from you. Yesterday, you didn't even help us to build the tent. And you didn't even... What did he say? You didn't even...
No, the thing is, and even in this evening, they were like, okay, we're starting to get hungry. We're like, okay, the restaurant there was closed. We had to buy food from somewhere. We are the ones who called, who organized to get some food, some schnitzel. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was all good. We organized, someone went to pick it up, all good. We ate later in the day. We were making plans for the next. We only had 2 nights and 1 full day. This Saturday was the full day where you can do activities. We were in the mountains in Austria. Amazing. A lot to see.
Yeah.
And I remember at night we were like, okay, so what are we doing tomorrow? When are we waking up? What are we doing?
Only day here, so what are we doing?
There was a lake and mountains. Beautiful.
And a few of the guys were like, oh, I want to sleep until 10, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, we don't want to do that. Of course not.
You can sleep until 10.
We're not going to sleep something. We want to experience something here. There is like a bridge somewhere with a nice view. We want to do that. We want to wake up early and do stuff. And so they didn't say anything, and they didn't want to do the things that we wanted to do. They didn't want to, like, I don't know, go somewhere and like visit nice places. So we planned our day. We said, okay, we will wake up early. We want to go there, eat breakfast here, and then do like a tour somewhere.
Yes, like in the mountains. First half of the day, and then we would, I think, until lunch, and then at lunch we were even back.
Exactly. Yeah.
We wanted to be together with everybody.
Exactly. But yeah. And then the next day we made our thing. It was the best day ever.
Yes, and the girlfriend of this guy, she came with us. So it was the girls and the boys.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, but the boyfriend did not like that.
The next day he was pissed. Like, at the end of the day, we noticed, and she noticed he was just pissed that we went with her and had the best day of our lives. That was the coolest.
One of my best days of my life, honestly.
That was the nicest thing
funniest. Ever. We even went like hitchhiking with the... It was so
funny. That was so funny, right?
It was so funny.
And then we took pictures in the lake. That was amazing, right?
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, I love this
And we told them, oh yeah, we want this, and everything that we did. And he was so jealous that we went with our girlfriend. We, as girls, went with our girlfriend and had the best day ever. And they were like, and then, I don't know, in the night, a discussion started. Like,
a big discussion. It was again about dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. He told us, yesterday we built the tents and you didn't even order dinner. I was he expected from us to cook dinner or to order dinner while they were building the tents. We didn't even know what they wanted.
Nobody said anything. Yeah.
Exactly. And we were like, what the fuck? He was like expecting, like we should read his mind that he was hungry. And we as women should like take care of the dinner. We were like, what the fuck? We're here in a friend group.
We were.
Am I have to be like your wife or something? Are we like the 3 wives or what the fuck?
We were 3 girls and I think 6 or 5 boys. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. Yeah, I think it was 8 in total.
8,
so
5
boys.
5 boys, 3, yeah.
And the 3 of them. No, 3. Yeah, the 3 of them, especially 2.
They were so pissed.
But those guys, in the evening, they were like, no, you should cook, you should do the dishes. What do you mean, cook and clean? Do I look like...
I know, but that's what's crazy. They expected from us to be like their wives while we were there. What the fuck? And that was just so pathetic. They really said like you should like wash the dishes or something.
Yeah, they said you should wash the dishes. After we organized getting food and all
exactly.
That, like of course someone has to wash the dishes.
Okay, we can do it together, but at the end only the girls wash the dishes.
Yeah, we wash the dishes.
And I hate myself for washing the food.
Yeah, me too.
Because we ordered the food. We organized it.
No, it was literally I hated this moment because in this moment there were the dishes like a big camping. I don't like
and
camping.
They didn't even like offer to wash the dishes.
No, they were like wash the dishes.
Expecting completely from us to wash the dishes. And that was so disrespectful. Yeah. Yes. And it's crazy just to think that as guys, come on. What the fuck are you like being so rude to women, you know? I think at the end of the day, these men, well, not all of them, of course, but a few of them, they were so insecure with themselves. They wanted to take us down because we became so powerful together in this friendship. And we started like speaking out, standing out for each other. How do you say it? I don't know.
Standing, yeah, I know.
You know, yeah.
I know, but I don't know if the podcast knows.
We started like, you know, being there for each other. And they couldn't handle it because I think they liked us when we were like still and we just did everything what they wanted, you know, and laugh about their dumb jokes and everything. And it's just crazy how, I don't know.
Yeah, and the boyfriend, we know like a little late, not now, this was 2 years ago when this whole thing
I think like 3 years
ended.
ago even.
Yeah, right.
A lot of time,
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. And we heard during that night how they talk to each other because camping, you hear. And they were like, oh no, Charlotte and Elinka, they're so stupid, they're good for nothing, blah, blah, blah. And
like, what the fuck? They ask us if we wanted to go with them, if we wanted to camp. That's so crazy because they wanted to hang out with us at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course.
But they were like, but then when we were there, they were like talking shit about us.
They were so mean.
And just so fucking insecure.
But it was a whole disagreement. It is one night after we had the best day of our life.
Exactly.
It was a whole scandal there. They were like, no, how could you do this? Blah, 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 blah. You're so dumb. You're so arrogant, egoistic. You only think of yourself, blah, blah, blah.
Totally,
and we said, just because you want to sleep in and ruin your... I cannot sleep in when I'm camping.
Totally.
Sleeping
and
camping?
It's completely okay that we want to do different things.
Yeah.
It's 8 people cannot want the same thing. It's okay. Okay, the girls, they can do their thing. Girls want to do different things. It's okay, it's fine. And the boys can do their thing. And if one of the boys wanted to come with us and have this beautiful, amazing, adventurous day, then we were open to it. But nobody said anything because men in general, they cannot organize themselves. And at the end of the day, they regret it. I know that because they just went somewhere.
They just went...
You wanted to say it? I don't even know if I want to say it.
We don't want to say it, but they just went through the woods, walking in the forest.
And they did really dumb things. Like, not funny things. Just
disgusting things.
Yeah. And it's just not our fault. And it's just not our fault that they just ruined and waste the only day there because they just didn't want to, I don't know, speak, organize.
Yeah. This is their problem, but with fake friends, that's what I want to say, because your friends should not make you feel insecure. No, should not. I think the best thing that describes this is this 10 out of 10 situation.
Yeah, totally.
That we said before, because they were like,
But they were so crazy. They really wanted us to feel like
they started screaming
at us. And we just said 10, and they were like monsters against us. Yeah. They wanted really us to believe that we are not 10 out of 10s. What the fuck do they care?
And they explained, your maximum of 6.
Exactly, but crazy. And actually we asked them, what do you think? They didn't say a word.
Yeah.
They stay silent. Silent because they're just not confident enough to think that they're look good, and that and also they just don't, they know that they're ugly.
Yeah.
And they're just afraid to say it. I mean, these guys, well, the few of them, they wanted to give us like a lesson how to behave as women, I think, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like washing the dishes, you're not 10 out of 10. Who the fuck are you? You are my friend, apparently. Why the fuck do you want to make me feel bad about myself? Why do you want me, just only us girls, to wash the dishes? And this said a lot about
them.
Exactly, them as men. And literally, that was like so pathetic and so mean. I really don't understand it. It's just...
Yeah, no. Generally, it all started, this is the one big topic that you just said, but it all started with little jokes.
Yes.
Jokes about us, but rude jokes. Really mean jokes. And I think I've said this before in one of my videos. If it's not a joke for the both of you,
then
it's not a joke.
It's an insult.
If it's not it's just an insult. Yeah, like backhanded.
Exactly, like
things.
Yeah. No, totally. And we didn't realize it like at the beginning, you know, we were like, but then things like start getting like really bad, and it was like hurtful, you know. One day I think we talked like, but that's bad, what the fuck. And also this one guy, he's so crazy.
I know exactly what you're saying,
right? He like texted us separately. No, I don't even, anyways, he texted us and he was like, I want to meet with both of you and talk separately. He came here to your fucking house. He was there in your room. There he was.
And we went on separate walks.
We were there together.
And you were waiting, and then I was waiting.
Literally. He was like, okay, I want to talk with you separately.
Why did we even agree to this?
I don't even know. But then he talked, and he said to us the same. He was like, it's not good that you're hanging out so much together. This is not good. You should be live a bit more like separate lives. You're not good for each other. You are just so arrogant together. And so I don't even know. This man was trying to separate us.
Yeah.
To make us like less friends.
And he knew he can't speak to the both of us together because he has no chance.
He will die.
Even like this, he had no chance.
No chance. I was like...
Even separate, he lost. We won. We're still together.
We're still together. But why? But that's so crazy. He that was something he thought about it at home when he was alone. Like, I have to talk with these girls. They cannot be friends. They can... Can you believe it? A man, a boy, a child, I don't know. And he wanted to talk with us separately to tell us, don't be friends, don't be that good friends anymore. That's so bad. Jealous people. Because he never had a good friend.
No.
He was always... Anyways, I don't even want to start to... I mean, yeah, he literally, I don't even know what he was thinking. Just wishing you healing, wishing him the best, you know. We're friends, and that's the only thing that matters. But crazy how... But I feel so shocked about the fact that these were boys. They were jealous about a girl.
The thing
friendship.
Is, they couldn't handle that we were from these silent girls
to this
confident, powerful, confident. I mean, girls. They only liked us because we did what they wanted.
Exactly. And we laugh about their dumb jokes all the time.
They were not funny.
They were so not funny. Oh. At the end of you're the only funny person I know, and I swear I have only laughed like really from the bottom of my heart with you. Okay, that's getting a bit too much.
No, yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All in all, what can we say? Pathetic.
This is just an example of fake friends, because those people are definitely not your friends. Friends are supposed to lift you up, not tear you down.
Yes.
And this was the one story, but because we don't want this podcast to be 1 hour long, we're going to put a cut here, and we have a part 2, which is even more interesting. More! It's 1,000 times
it's the funniest thing.
More interesting, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
More traumatic, even worse. If that's even possible. It was much worse, I think.
Much worse, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. So, yeah, I think we are at the end.
Yes, so...
It was a very interesting episode.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Second part coming in a week from now.
Exactly.
We're going to shoot it, and yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.